Hello everyone, my name is Shambhavi and today we are going to see a function that is called Linspace. So basically this is a function which like I was telling you about that what are the ways for creating NumPy arrays. Okay, so this Linspace is also a function which is used to create NumPy arrays. So just let me write the heading and by that you can just know the spelling also. So it's Lin and it's space. So this is the whole name for that function which is known as linspace. Now let me quickly tell you the full form for this. So basically this term is for the linear, okay? So just let me write it here as linear, okay? And this is a space. So basically the full form for linear space, basically what it does is that linspace is that it is in linear space, okay? And let me quickly tell you a verbal definition that it creates an array filled evenly spaced values. Okay, now this thing you will get to know in a little while when I will go to my PyCharm and just we will see about the linspace function. Okay, so let me go to this PyCharm and okay, so here we are. Now what I need to do is that I need to quickly import my NumPy library because we are just dealing all the things with NumPy library. So for that I would be needing to import the NumPy library and how to import that, how to install, because like NumPy is a library if you want to use it you need to just install it before, right? So for that what you will be needing is that you need to first install, and how to install in different like ways I have already described all these things in the very first video of this tutorial. Okay, so you can just go and see that. So just let me quickly import numpy, and here I will write as np. So basically this np is a short form for importing this numpy library. So for that what I wrote import numpy as np. Now the next thing which I need to do is that as we are doing from the very sense of like beginning of this tutorial, that firstly I use my help function, right? In the help function I just write whatever I want to search, and after that we just run that and we see that what are the things and what are the parameters, what are the things that we are needed in this, okay, in this linspace function, right? For that I would simply write help, and here I would write np dot and lin linspace. Okay, now quickly I will just run this and let's see that what are the parameters and what are the things that we will be needing in this linspace library. So here we go. Okay, so I already have all this in, and what I have done is that I have just increased the size, and now just let me quickly go above side, right? So this is a use of linspace function. So here you can see that this is the linspace. How do we write it? And after that what I need to give is that I need to give a start and stop. Start and stop, basically what are these? These are the rows and columns. As we are dealing with numpy arrays, so in array we basically need to give some, you can say, like a starting and stopping point, right? So basically here linspace what does is that it simply return evenly spaced number over a, and just let me scroll the side over a specific interval. So what it does is that, let me quickly tell you that let's say you have written numbers 1 to 50. Okay, you have given the start position as 1 and you have given the stop position as 50, and let's say in place of num you have written 5. So what if it will do, it will just print you some numbers between 1 to 50 including 50 with a a proper interval. Okay, let me just tell you this thing in that one note. Okay, so here let's say I have written the start as 1 and I have written the end as 20, stop as 20, and here in num let's say I give the value as 2. Okay, so what it will do is that it will print me starting from 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 and 20. So what it will do is that it will simply give 2 spaces between every number and it will print me numbers and it will include 20. Okay, so what is this written? It return evenly spaced numbers over a specific and okay over a specified interval. So what it does is that it returns the evenly spaced numbers. So this is the thing which I was telling you here, that it will return evenly spaced numbers. Okay, because like between 2 and 4 we have two numbers kept, then 4 and 6 we again have to, then 6 and 8 again we have to. So it like all these things go on till 20. Okay, we have like number spaces till 20. So this is the main function of this linspace function which we are using. Okay, now just let me quickly summarize the parameters. Parameters are start and stop. So you need to give some value to start, you need to give some value to stop. Okay, Now this num is equal to 50 if you are not assigning any value to num. Let's say you are not writing num, you are only writing start and stop positions, and you are only giving parameters for start and stop. So what it will do, it will automatically take num is equal to 50. Right? If you are defining any num, like num is equal to 2, 3, 4, or if you have defined something, so that is okay. If you haven't defined this, so it is default, it will take num is equal to 50. I will show you this in the further examples when we will just write. So now what I'm telling you is that what are the parameters and how the things goes in this Linspace function. Okay. Now next I have this endpoint is equal to true. Okay. So basically what is this endpoint used for? It is used that if you want to include that last like if you want to include this stop number or not. Okay. So like it is automatically true, right? Now next we have it's return step. Okay, so it's like for return step, but here it's written red step. So basically what it does is that if you are going to do it true, so what it will do, it will just tell you that okay, I'm leaving this much spaces between each and every number. I will show you this also, then you will get to know. And other than we have data type, if you want to specify any data type, you can do that. And here x is equal to 0. Basically 0 and 1, these are the rows and columns as I have already told you. Next, what like I told you, it returns evenly spaced numbers over a specified interval. And okay, so these are the parameters that start array, like the starting value of the sequence, right? And stop is the stopping value of that sequence, including that number. So as I told, num int comma optional, number of samples to generate default is 50, must be non-negative. As I told you that if you are not going to write this num is equal to some number, so it will automatically take num is equal to 50. Okay, so this endpoint is optional. If basically, as I have told, it will take boolean values that is true or false. Okay. If true, stop is the last sample. If you are going to write this endpoint is equal to true, so basically what it will do, it will include the last number. Otherwise, it will not include that. We will also see this also. Then it is the red step, as I told, that it returns the samples of the step. What is like you can say where step is the spacing between samples. Okay, it will like return that what is the space between the values which you have entered. And this the like d type is the data type. This I have already told. And what this is the, so basically it returns an ND array. Other than that, what I have here is that. Okay, so here we go. This was all about this Linspace library. Now just quickly let me go to PyCharm. And okay, let's start writing the things this side. Okay, so just let me do one thing. Just let me quickly comment this help function. Okay. Now, so now what I am going to do is that let me quickly just write a variable, and here I am going to write np dot Linspace. Okay, and then in the brackets I'm going to pass some parameters. Let's say I have passed starting value as 0. Starting value as 1. Then I would write stop as 50. And let's say I want to write the num count as 5. Okay, so what I have done here is that I have written a is equal to np.linspace. This np is the we are using the numpy library. Then I have written linspace, and here I have given the start position as 1, ending as 50, and I want the spaces between 5. Like I want 5 spaces, so like it should print in 1. Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I want like this. So I have written here num is equal to 5, right? Now just quickly let me run this. Okay, I'm sorry, just let me, okay, print this also. Okay, print a. Sorry, right. Now quickly let's run. Okay, just see here that what it does is that it simply printed me. Okay, so from 1 to 50, it simply printed me 5 numbers. Okay, I'm sorry, I was just saying that it will print me this 5 spaces. No, it will not print me 5 spaces. It will print me this much numbers. Okay, so this num is equal to something like that. If you want how many numbers you want to be printed. Okay, so basically if I wanted 5 numbers to be printed between 1 and 50, so I will write num is equal to 50. Sorry, num is equal to 5, right? So this is the thing that it goes here. Then other than that, what I have done here is that I have written 1, 50. So what it will do, basically it will print me any 5 numbers between 1 to 50 which will be having equal number of difference between them. So basically first what it does is that it printed me 1, then 13, then 25, then 37 and 50. So basically all of these are having a 13 difference between them. So this was the case here. Okay, so I'm so sorry for that. Like I was saying that it will give 5 spaces, but no, it is not like that. Okay, now quickly let me go to the next thing and let me copy this, and after that let me comment it out. Now here what I need to do is that, let's say I have taken the same numbers, and now let's say I am writing here as endpoint. Okay, ENDPOINT. Okay, now I'm assigning this endpoint as false, let's say. Okay, so now quickly run it and let's see what it does is that it will just exclude that last number. As I had said, at default it is true. So like basically true means that it will just include that last number, but if I am going to do this as false, so what it will do, it will like exclude the last number, that is 50. So here what it does is that it printed me 5 numbers between 1 to 50 which are having equal sample spaces between each one of them, like it's 1, then 10, then 20, 30 and 40. Okay, but the endpoint which I have mentioned here, that is 50, we have done it false, so basically it has not included that endpoint. So this is clear, right? Now quickly let me again comment this. Now what I'm going to do is here is that I would write this number is equal to 5. Now what I was saying is that it will tell you that how many steps it had, like it is leaving between each and every number, right? So for that we will be using rate step. This was a function which I told you, and let me like write is equal to true. Okay, so as quickly as we'll write true, it will simply give me that okay, I'm leaving this much of spaces between each and every number. So basically just let me go this side and see, here it is written 12.25. so basically it is telling that okay, I am leaving this much steps, this much numbers between each and every number. So let's verify. So it's 1, then 13, then 25, 37 and then 50. Okay, so what it is doing is that it is leaving 12.25. so when you are going to 1 plus 12.25, you will get this much. At 13.25 plus 12.25, then you will get 25.5. So the things are like that. Okay, so basically it tells that okay, I'm leaving this much of spaces between each and every number. Right, so this is the use of this rate step true. Okay, when I have done it true, and by default it is false. Okay, now just let me quickly go down and okay, right, now what I will do is that I will just change the data type. Okay, now here let's say I would remove this num is equal to 5. So basically what I told is that it has default values, right? So like default value for it is 50. Let's say I want to turn it to 10. I want some numbers between 1 to 10 and I haven't written this num. Now I'm not declaring that this num is equal to something this side. So what it will do, it will automatically, and the default value is 50. So it will automatically generate me 50 values between 1 to 10. Okay, now here what I will write, I will just change the data type and I will make the data type as integer. Okay, now just let me run this and see what it has done is that it has just generated me 50 values between this between this one. Okay, it has generated me 50 values between 1 to 10. Okay, so this is how this function works, right? So this was the use of the lin function, and this was about data type and rate step endpoint. Other than that, it was not having any other parameters now. Okay, so we have covered all the parameters for this Linspace function, and I hope this must be clear to you. And yeah, just keep one thing in mind, like I was saying that num is equal to 5, it will give 5 spaces. So it's not like that. I was also confused a little bit. So basically what it will do, it will generate this much of numbers between the given start and endpoint. Let's say you have written 1, 50, so it will generate, and you have given num is equal to 5, so it will generate you 5 numbers, 5 random numbers between 1 to 50. Okay, so this was about the Linspace. So I hope you got all the points. If you have any doubts, you can rewatch the video or you can just ask me in the comment box. So this is all for this video. Till then, thank you and bye bye.